In this video, I'm going to show you how I use the daily, 4-hour and 30-minute time frames to do a top-down analysis to create a bias and look for trades. Starting with the daily time frame, I use the daily to identify the trend. Is the structure bullish or bearish right now? Are the daily candles trending too? And where are the next key levels for my targets? For sells, I'm looking for the next support, and for buys, I'm looking at the next resistance. This is gold on the daily time frame. Gold is in an uptrend. This is the continuation phase where price is pushing back up to the highs after this pullback last week. The first support is here, and the next resistance is here, since this one has been broken. For buys, my first target is the resistance at the highs at 29.53, and the daily candles are trending bullish, which is a good confirmation that price will continue up. They're making higher highs and they're respecting the previous lows. If the daily forms a resistance and lower high, then I'll be looking at sells back down to this support at 28.55. On the 4-hour time frame, I'm looking for key levels and structure points that can confirm the direction of the trend and identify areas that can be retested. For example, if the main bias is bullish, then I would expect to see the 4-hour candles forming higher highs and higher lows. The 4-hour is also a good time frame to see when the trend might be starting to change. Gold has been printing uptrend structure on the 4-hour time frame up from this daily support. So these are the 4-hour key levels. If gold was going to continue bullish, I would expect to see price break above this 4-hour resistance at 29.22 and continue up. If this resistance holds price and pushes down, then I'm looking for the 4-hour support at 29.07 to be retested. If the support is broken, then we could be seeing a change of structure and more of a pullback. On the 30-minute time frame is where I start looking for entries and create ideas that go with the trend. Where are the recent levels and clean ranges? And what setup can I see from my strategies? For example, I'm bullish on gold right now and I want to take some buys. So I'm going to adjust my level and I have a 30-minute resistance here. A breakout trade above resistance would be ideal because it would be a push above the 4-hour resistance to make a new high and continue up, but using the lower time frame for entries. And here we have that support, and same. If we get a closure below this support, it's below the 4-hour level as well, and then we can push down to the next one. Let's do a fresh daily analysis on pound yen, which looks a bit of a mess right now, but overall the daily bias is bearish, but price has been in this range for a few weeks now, and it's bearish because we've got the high. Let's look. Right, so now we've been ranging, and we've pushed up from a daily support. So starting with the daily, let's identify the key levels. We've got a support, here, resistance, another minor resistance, okay, these are the levels. I'm going to use the weekly time frame for targets because of this daily consolidation. So I've got weekly here, right, so I'm going to use that, weekly resistance, weekly support. Right, these would be my daily targets. On the 4-hour, I'm looking for the strongest levels, the areas that have had the most retests. So what I do is I adjust my levels. I'm going to keep this one because it's right in this range. Right, so here, it's a daily resistance and a 4-hour resistance, so it's a very strong level. As you can see, price has come up into this area and tapped many times and pulled back. Here I would adjust it a little bit just to the highs. Got this 4-hour resistance here. Now If the level has been broken, like this one and this one, then I won't consider it anymore because candles have pushed through. So these are the current high and low points in the structure. Because GJ is consolidating, I would play it from zone to zone. So 4 hour to 4 hour key levels until there's a closure outside of the range. If this resistance holds right here, then I'm looking for sells back down to the last support here. If price closes above the resistance, then I want to see what price does up into the next one. But bear in mind, we've got wicks, we've got another minor resistance here, but this is a level that's had the most taps, even going across. So now on my 30-minute time frame, I would mark up the recent levels. We've got a lower time frame support here, and I'll leave that resistance where it is because it's a 30-minute and a 4 hour. Now, if I get a closure above this resistance, I'll be aiming for the next 4 hour one, but it'll be a closure above on the 30-minute, and then I'll be looking for my entry. If price is going to continue bearish, I want a closure below this support and sell back down to the next one. That's how I use those 3 time frames to do my daily analysis. The daily for trends and targets, the 4 hour for key levels and trend confirmation, and the 30-minute for setups and entries.